reacting to Joe Biden's speech on June 2nd, 2020, on the Tuesday, where he is addressing the nation on the civil unrest facing communities across America. So here's part 2 and his speech continuing.
Instead of brandishing it, if he opened it, he could have learned something. They're all called to love one another as we love ourselves. It's really hard work, but it's the work of America. Donald Trump isn't interested in doing that work. Instead, he's preening and sweeping away all the guardrails that have long protected our democracy, guardrails that have helped make possible this nation's path to a more perfect union, a union that constantly requires reform and rededication. And yes, protest from voices that are mistreated, ignored, left out, or left behind. But it is a union worth fighting for. And that's why I'm running for president. In addition to the Bible, the president might also want to open the U.S. Constitution this way. If he did, he'd find a thing called the First Amendment.
I find a huge difference handled on both sides in the way that the protests conducted by those who were against any restrictions for the COVID-19 pandemic and against those who are going out and protesting the George Floyd murder. We are only talking about the peaceful protesters, not the rioters. When you look at President Trump, and this is going back to Charlottesville in 2017, when Charlottesville happened, he called people on both sides very fine people. Yes, he called the white supremacists who were involved of the killing of a young lady very fine people. This brings to the next point of the people protesting the stay-at-home orders for the COVID-19 pandemic. He said that Michigan had to be liberated, that Wisconsin had to be liberated, that Minnesota had to be liberated. Why? Because it was his supporters protesting. And then when people are protesting that are not his supporters, he threatens that dogs will come and attack them. Not the rioters, those causing any bit of anger. Protesters are going to be angry. But, this is not including the looters and the rioters. That is horrible. That is destroying the city. That is causing so much unrest. But the peaceful protesters, which are 85% of the people protesting out there that the media doesn't show you, they have just as much of a right to be out there and have the freedom to assemble, have the freedom of speech, the same right that the protesters protesting the stay-at-home orders do.
What it says in the beginning, it says the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition their government for redress of grievances. It's kind of an essential notion built into this country. Mr. President, that's America. That's America. No horses rising up on their hind legs to push back peaceful protest. Not using the American military to move against the American people. This is a nation of values. Our freedom to speak is a cherished knowledge that lives inside every American almost from the time you're a kid. We're going to allow any president to quiet our voice.
I believe that everyone deserves the right to go out and protest. One thing that I am very concerned about, though, is will COVID-19 spread? I think, yes, it will. This will cause COVID-19 to spread. Of course it will. When you have still reporting 20,000 cases across the country in a single day, and then you have not everyone, but you have so many people in literally every city across America, I'm worried that's going to cause cases to rise. So this is why I'm not all for going full out and protesting peacefully. I'm a little concerned about that. That's my main concern of the results of these protests.
Let those who see this as an opportunity to sow chaos, throw up a smokescreen to distract us from very real and legitimate grievances at the heart of these protests. We can't leave this moment. We can't leave this moment thinking that we can once again turn away and do nothing. We can't do that this time. We just can't. The moment has come for our nation to deal with systemic racism, to deal with the growing economic inequity that exists in our nation, to deal with the denial of the promise of this nation made to so many. You know, I've said from the outset of this election that we're in the battle for the soul of this nation. And we are in the battle for the soul of this nation. What we believe, and maybe most importantly, who we want to be, it's all at stake. That's truer today than it's ever been, at least in my lifetime.
Biden is suggesting that if you want your voices heard on November 3rd, make sure you go out and vote, because that is the only way you will actually be able to get your voice heard. That is the best way to get your voice heard, that you can go out and vote for a candidate, whether it's Biden, whether it's Trump, whether you want to write in Mitt Romney. But that's how people's voices will be heard. So on November 3rd, make sure you go out and vote.